do to get you off. Taking down her hair like, oh my god, taking off your shirt.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today's episode is going to be long, deep, and thoughtful. So find a comfortable place, relax your body, and let your mind focus. The topic of today's podcast is why reading is important. This is not just a school topic. This is not just about exams. This is about life, growth, understanding, and becoming a better version of yourself. I will talk slowly, clearly, and with many examples, so you can improve your listening skills, improve your English, and truly understand the value of reading. Let us begin. Reading is a quiet activity. There is no noise. There is no screen flashing. There is no pressure. But reading is powerful. Many people underestimate reading because it looks simple. You sit, you open a book, you read words, but behind this simple action, something amazing is happening inside your brain. Your brain is learning new information, making connections, building memory, growing language ability. Reading is like slow magic. You don't see the change immediately, but one day you realize, I think better now. I speak better now. I understand more than before. Reading is one of the oldest ways humans share knowledge. Before videos, before the internet, before phones, there were books. Everything humans discovered, science, medicine, mathematics, history, philosophy, was written down. When you read, you are entering this huge store of human knowledge. Example, if you read about space, you learn about planets. If you read about history, you learn about wars and peace. If you read biographies, you learn how people faced problems. A person who reads does not depend only on others to explain things. They can learn by themselves. This is power. Now let's talk about language, especially English. Many students ask, how can I improve my English? The answer is simple but powerful. Read more. When you read, you learn correct sentence structure. You learn natural expressions. You learn how ideas flow. You don't need to study grammar rules all the time. Your brain learns grammar naturally. Example, if you read this sentence many times, although it was raining, they continued walking. You learn how although is used, how ideas connect, how complex sentences are formed. Reading is like listening to a good speaker, but on paper. Words are tools. The more tools you have, the better you can build your thoughts. A person with limited vocabulary struggles to explain ideas, feels shy while speaking, gets confused while writing. A reader has more words, can express emotions clearly, feels confident while speaking. Example, instead of saying, I am very, very tired, a reader might say, I am exhausted. This makes communication clear, strong, natural.
You're absolutely right, Emma. Everything you mentioned makes a lot of sense. Reading is not passive. It is active thinking. When you read a story, you imagine the situation, understand emotions, judge decisions, predict outcomes. This improves your thinking ability. Example, in a story, a character makes a bad decision. You think, what would I do in this situation? This helps you make better choices in real life. Understand consequences. Learn from others' mistakes. Books allow you to experience life safely. Today's world is full of distractions, notifications, short videos, endless scrolling. These things reduce attention span. Reading does the opposite. When you read, you slow down. You focus on one thing. You train your mind to stay calm. Example, at first, reading may feel difficult. Your mind may wander. But with practice, you focus longer. You understand better. You feel mentally stronger. Focus is a skill. Reading builds this skill. Reading is also emotional care. When life feels stressful, exams, expectations, problems, reading gives your mind rest. Example, Reading a gentle story before sleeping helps reduce stress, improve sleep, calm thoughts. Books can feel like a quiet friend who listens without judging. Reading helps you understand people who are different from you, different cultures, backgrounds, situations. When you read about others' lives, you realize everyone is fighting their own battle. This builds empathy, respect, emotional intelligence. A reader learns to understand before judging. Confidence comes from understanding. When you read more, you know more. You speak better. You feel prepared. Example: in class discussions, readers have ideas to share. Answer confidently. Ask meaningful questions. Reading removes fear of speaking. Reading helps in every subject. Math problems need understanding. Science needs explanation. History needs comprehension. If you understand language well, you perform better everywhere. Reading improves speed, accuracy, understanding. Books teach values, patience, honesty, courage, hard work. Biographies teach us failure is normal. Success takes time. Effort matters. Books don't just educate the mind, they shape the heart. People may leave, situations may change, but books are always available. A reader is never bored. A reader is never alone. Start small, 5 to 10 minutes a day. Simple books. Topics you like. Don't rush. Don't force. Reading should feel like exploration, not punishment. Reading is important because it grows your mind, strengthens your language, calms your emotions, shapes your character, improves your future. Reading is not about finishing books. It is about becoming better, page by page. If you want to change your life quietly, if you want to improve your English naturally, if you want to grow without pressure. To conclude everything we have discussed, today clearly shows that reading is not just an activity for school or exams, but a powerful habit that shapes our minds, strengthens our language skills, and helps us grow as individuals. Reading allows us to gain knowledge, improve our vocabulary, and understand the world from different perspectives. Through books, we learn from the experiences of others, which helps us make better decisions and become more thoughtful and confident people. Reading also teaches us patience and focus in a world full of distractions. It encourages us to slow down, think deeply, and reflect on ideas instead of rushing through information. When we read regularly, we become better thinkers, better communicators, and more open-minded individuals. At the same time, reading builds empathy and emotional understanding by introducing us to different lives, cultures, and feelings, reminding us that everyone has their own story. Before ending, I would also like to thank Emma for her valuable opinion and for choosing such an important and meaningful topic. Her ideas were clear, thoughtful, and inspiring, and they helped guide this discussion in a positive and insightful direction. The way she explained the importance of reading made the topic easy to understand and relevant to real life. Her choice of this topic reminds us how essential reading is, especially for learning, personal growth, and improving our English. Once again, thank you, Emma, for sharing your thoughts and for selecting this topic. It gave us all the opportunity to reflect on our habits and think about how something as simple as reading can have a powerful impact on our lives. Let this discussion encourage us to read more, learn more, and continue improving ourselves, one page at a time now. I would like to recommend 3 book titles that are great for reading. I will briefly tell the story of each book, and at the end, you will find the PDF versions available in the description. Please check it if you are interested in reading them.
Thank you, Sarah, for giving me the chance to share my thoughts. I would like to recommend 3 books that I think are really great for anyone who wants to improve their English and enjoy reading at the same time. The first book is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It tells the story of Santiago, a young shepherd who travels in search of treasure. Along the way, he learns important lessons about following his dreams, being patient, and listening to his heart. The second book is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is a story about a pig named Wilbur and a spider named Charlotte. Through their friendship, the story teaches us about kindness, loyalty, and the importance of caring for others. The third book is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. It's about a young prince who visits different planets and meets interesting characters. The story teaches important lessons about love, responsibility, and seeing life with your heart, not just your eyes. At the end of this podcast, you will find the PDF versions of these books in the description. I highly encourage everyone to check them out. These books are not only enjoyable to read, but they also give us lessons we can use in our daily life.
Do to get you off. Taking down her hair like, oh my god. Taking off your shirt, I did that once or twice. No, I know, I know for